2018 in the Circle Competition section. Roll AVP, please. There you have it, folks. Now, for those who are yet to be introduced to this endeavor, the Circle Competition of QCinema is a section of independent features for new and seasoned homegrown storytellers who have been selected for seed grants for production. These grantees retain their rights to the films they have created. Now, for this year, the chosen filmmakers have been given production grants of $1.5 million pesos each, okay? So we now present each one. May we now request the filmmaker or the film's official representative to say something about the film and introduce the film cast and crew after they are introduced. Introducing first is Billy and Emma by director Samantha Lee, a film about a couple who explores the nature of love and life. Let's now give director Samantha Lee a warm round of applause.
Hi, my name is Samantha Lee, and this is my second film. My first film was Baka Bukas. So for Billy and Emma, it's the story of a young girl who finds herself pregnant, and she falls in love with a new girl who moves to her school. It's set in the mid-90s, and as a director and as a female filmmaker, I like to tell stories that, you know, reinterpret the way the LGBTQ plus community is represented in Philippine media. And I like to show girls who are empowered with their choices and are given choices with whatever comes to them in life. And I'm also really proud because in this film I cast queer girls to play the queer roles. And for me, that's a really important step in representation, especially in local cinema. And with that being said, like I said, I wanted to find real queer girls to play the queer roles, and so I tweeted out a casting call that I'm looking for queer girls to star in my film, and I found someone. This is her first film. She has had no previous acting experience before, but I think she pulled it off. So I'd like to call Zara Donato, who plays Billy, the mysterious hero. And of course, we have Gabby Padilla, who's an experienced actress in her own right, but this is her first lead role in a film. And also introducing Johanna Francisco as Gabby's best friend, Honey. And we also have Beauty Gonzalez as Emma's mom, and Ryle Paulatan as Emma's boyfriend.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Dog Days by Timmy Harn. Dog Days follows the journey of a teenage basketball superstar figuring out life. Let's now welcome for the team of Dog Days, headed by director Timmy Harn.
Yung Dog Days ay tungkol sa isang half black, half Filipino na basketball, may dreams of becoming a professional basketball player. Tungkol ito sa myth niya, ang pangalan ay Michael Jordan Pulido. Yun, tapos magkakaroon siya ng obstacle sa kanyang journey papunta dun sa kanyang mga dreams na may drugs at saka blood magic na involved, na kung saan hindi na alam kung paano i-handle yun. At ang cast namin ay wala siya dito, si Ibes Bagadjong. Shoutout kay Ibes. Meron siyang play ngayon na kailangan niyang puntahan. Pero nandito yung ibang cast members namin, si B. Ruaro, Miguel Reyes, Marcus Adoro, Adrian Vergara, at saka ang co-writer ko nandito din at producer at asawa ko si Maria Vicente. Yun, happy kami.
Okay, thank you very much, Director Timmy Hart. Next on the list is Hintayan ng Langit by Dan Villegas. Hintayan ng Langit is a story about a woman in purgatory finally going to heaven. Let's give a warm welcome to the cast and crew of Hintayan ng Langit. They will be introduced by Director Dan Villegas himself.
Hi guys. So, Hintayan ng Langit, ano siya, kasi di ba pag kinasal ka, ang promise mo lang naman till death do us part. So what if umakit ka sa purgatory, tapos yung ibang minahal mo nakita kayo? So yun, tukol po din ang pelikula. Ayun. So kasama po natin today ang brilliant playwright and scriptwriter, si Juan Miguel Silvero. At ang ating cast, Eddie Garcia. At si Madam Gina Pareño. Ayun. Tapos si Madam Kat Galang. Ayun po. Andito din po ang aking producer at boss, si Antoinette Halaone. At ang aming associate producer na si Madam Sia. Sila mga boss po natin. Ayun. Ayun po. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director Dan Villegas. Next is Maslaa Papanok by Gutierrez Mangansakan II. Maslaa Papanok mixes history, myth, memory, and magic in the Spanish colonial period. Please give a warm round of applause to Kiko Calabud, Assistant Director.
Good afternoon po sa lahat. So unfortunately, wala po si Direct Teng ngayon. So babasahin ko na lang po yung mensahe niya. So I'm not able to attend the press con today as I'm shooting some crucial scenes for my film here in my father's hometown in Cotabato. Instead, my AD is here who is reading his statement. Again, I'm sorry I can't be there today. Masla Papanok is literally translated as the Great Bird. It's my ode to Maguindanao. Set in 1891, it is not a historical epic, but an intimate portrait of people whose lives and fate are set in motion after the appearance of an ominous bird. I've been wanting to work with Lav Diaz on a project with Maguindanao as the subject after discussing it with him as an afterthought of my landing a small role in his 2014 opus Mula sa Kung Ano Ang Noon. Kaka-Alav and myself hail from Maguindanao. At around this time last year, he sent me a story which I developed into a screenplay and submitted it to the QCinema. As fate would have it, I became a finalist in this year's Circle competition. I assembled local actors in Mindanao and began shooting this film in July. It was a tough task, traveling around with strict military checkpoints everywhere, braving an earthquake and storms, and scenes with lengthy dialogue in Spanish. In a period filled with a 1.5 million budget, that's a tough challenge on its own. I thank God for a great team who helped me in this journey, from my AD to my longtime PM and line producer, to my DOP, Arnel Barbarona, who won Best Director at Urian and FAMAS this year for Tupogi Matoy. It's a collaboration that has been nurturing through the film. And I'm excited to present my humble film to you all during the festival at the end of this month. So ang kasama ko po ngayon ay script con supervisor namin si Mika Katog, and magsiscore po ng pelikula na si Jem Talaro. So we're also from Mindanao. Most of the, if not all, the cast and crew are from Mindanao. So you know.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kiko Calabud. Last but certainly not the least, in our circle competition is Oda Sawala by Dwayne Baltazar. The film is about an unlucky old maid that crosses paths with a mysterious corpse. Please give director Dwayne Baltazar a big hand.
Hello po, ako po si Dwayne. Yes po,
Sorry, my
Dwayne po.
bad.
Hello po. medyo mahirap po talaga siyang banggitin. Ako po si Dwayne Baltazar, tapos ang odas sa wala ay, yun nga, sinabi po ni ate, tungkol po siya sa isang babae na nagkaroon ng friend na bangkay. Tapos, ang artista po namin is si Marietta Subong na never po pong matawag na pokwang on set. Kasi ang bibigat po ng eksena namin is tawagin po siyang pokwang. Parang hassle yun. Tapos, yung mga kasama ko po, as you can see, wala din po sila. Dahil yan po ang aming title. Pinanindigan po. Kaya yun lang po.
Thank you very much, Director Dwayne Baltazar. Okay. All right, that's about it for the Circle competition entries. Now we go to the roster of QCinema's documentary films.